Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your tarot card for the week of December 28th, 2025. It is a general collective reading, if I can get the words out of my mouth. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate, and if that happens, it's all right. Just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. Be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, in that description box is information on how you can become a time traveler. Keep in mind, Gemini, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. Tarot card of the week reading is intended to help all of us on our respective journeys. With all of that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Gemini collective now for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here for Gemini? What is the tarot card of the week? One more shuffle. Thank you. Tarot card of the week, Nine of Swords. What situation, environment, or connection in your life is creating fear and anxiety? And what is that feeling trying to tell you? The bottom of the deck, you have Queen of Pentacles. What situation in your life holds value to you? Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords the tarot card of the week here for Gemini? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What situation, environment, or connection in your life is creating fear and anxiety? And what is that feeling trying to tell you? Why is this the tarot card of the week here for the Gemini collective? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Six of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Eight of Pentacles, the World, and the Queen of Wands. Six of Wands. Why is the Six of Wands here for Gemini? What are you afraid of work? You're afraid to end something. You're afraid to work on ending something. You're afraid to put the effort into ending something. All right. Six of Wands. Why is the Six of Wands here for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Six of Wands is clarified more Pentacle energy. Four of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, and the King of Wands. King to the Queen of Wands here. Nine of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. There's something here that you're holding on to. Okay, you're holding on to. And again, it could be a situation, environment, connection. It could be a thought process that you have, a pattern that you have within you. You're holding on to it when you know you should be walking away from it. But you're taking the inspired action to say, I'm gonna hold on to this, because if I hold on to this long enough and I keep investing in this, or I keep doing it this way, it will yield the result that I want. You put a lot of value into whomever or whatever this is. I think what you're not realizing is it's not growing. Is it a comfort zone? It is. Is it the Ten of Pentacles? It is not. It is the Four of Pentacles. It's an uncomfortable comfort zone. And you feel like if I just keep investing in it, or I just keep doing it this way, everything will be okay. Everything will eventually work out for me. What you really need to be investing your Pentacle resources in is closing it out. I kind of feel like whatever it is that you're working on or you're investing in, it's inconsequential. I think what we need to figure out here for you, at least for the week ahead, is why are you afraid of closing this out? So tell me about that fear and anxiety. What is that fear and anxiety about? You're afraid to do this differently or walk away from this. What is that fear? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What is the fear? Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Pentacles. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. I can't believe that's actually the message. Three of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Ace of Cups. That is the message. You're afraid to be happy. You keep doing something over and over again because you're afraid of being happy. And the reason why you're afraid of being happy is because really at the core of it is you're afraid of failure. So let's put this in basic terms. Very simple example. Let's say you're a single Gemini, only an example. You're a single Gemini and you're like, I really want to meet the love of my life. So every Friday at 3 o'clock, I go to the library. I don't know why. It's just the example I'm being given. And for the past, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, I go to the library every Friday at 3 p.m. And I take a book and I sit at the table and I read a book and I wait for the love of my life to walk in. It's a comfort zone. The library is a comfort zone. You are investing time and you feel like, if I just keep doing this enough, that person's going to walk in through that door. They're going to ask me out on a date. We're going to exchange phone numbers. They're going to give me what I want. Really, at the end of the day, what you're afraid of, you're not afraid of not finding Mr. or Mrs. Right. You're afraid of happiness. And that's why you go to the library every Friday at 3 p.m. waiting for the one to walk in through the door, even though Friday after Friday after Friday goes on and they never walk in through the door. Because intuitively, as much as you want this Ace of Pentacles, I can go to the Ten of Pentacles, that will make you very happy. Internally to you, you're like, once I get what I want and I'm rejoicing and I'm harmonized and I'm in balance with this other person and there's a reason to rejoice and celebrate, it's going to get difficult and I'm going to get wounded. That is the truth. So I'm not going to put myself out there and go to other places other than the library. I'm not going to diversify the way I find a love partner and do a little out in the 3D, but also do an online dating app and maybe get like a serious online dating profile, maybe through a paid subscription service, you know. So I'm just going to do it the one way, the comfort zone. I like the fucking library, going there every Friday at 3 o'clock. Because at the end of the day, if I find the type of person I really want, I'm afraid it's going to crash and burn or become too burdensome or I'll get wounded. This would be the same as, I would really like to be a business owner. Let's say you're a Gemini and you work for someone else. It's a comfort zone. They don't really pay you what you're worth. They don't really pay you for the time and talent that you bring to the table and what you invest into the job. But it's a comfort zone. And every Friday or whenever you get paid, you can rely on the same money, the same check being, direct deposit into your bank account. Inside of you is the entrepreneurial spirit of the King of Wands. That is the visionary of tarot. That is the business builder of tarot. So inside of you, you're like, oh, I could own my own business and I would be so great and I would do it this way and this way and this way, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to keep staying at this job and putting in all my effort and collaborating with these people. Because eventually one day they'll give me the raise, they'll give me the promotion, they'll see my effort. No, what you're really afraid of is launching your own business because you're afraid of it failing. You're afraid that it won't be a success. So you're going to stay in a comfort zone that isn't truly financially fulfilling for you or even emotionally rewarding for you. But you stay because it's a comfort zone. Same thing if this is a relationship. You stay because it's a comfort zone. We have a house. We've got money in the bank. Blah, blah. I'm totally miserable. 8 of Cups. Look, whatever this is, you see it very clearly. It's stuck and it's stagnant. It's not growing. It's an uncomfortable comfort zone because it's coupled with the 8 of Cups, which means it's not emotionally satisfying whatsoever. So person, place, or thing, whatever this is for you, or the way you're doing something, it's a comfort zone, but it's not emotionally fulfilling. It's not giving you the result you want. And the reason why you're not really going towards what it is that you want is because at the end of the day, you're afraid of failure. That's what that anxiety and fear is trying to tell you. When you think about launching your own business or leaving this relationship or maybe relocating, like whatever this move is here for you, as much as you desire doing it, there's a part of you that's afraid to do it. You're afraid to do it because you're afraid of failure or you're afraid of just being fucking happy. And that is what we need to work on closing. Then we can take the inspired action as the Queen of Wands to move in that direction. Leave that relationship, enter a relationship, find a love partner, a different way in a different location, launch our business. Maybe you're a business owner and you're like, well, I've always done it this way. I'm going to keep doing it this way because eventually it's going to yield the monetary result that I want. But no, it's just a comfort zone. And if you want to stay in that comfort zone where it's not emotionally or financially beneficial to you, not producing the real results that you want, then yeah, you could stay in it. But don't fool yourself thinking it'll get to 10 of Cups or 10 of Pentacles. It won't. It's a comfort zone, an uncomfortable one at that. So, advice for Gemini this week. How can they begin working on closing this out? What you need to close out are your fears, doubts, and insecurities. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Because that's what's keeping you trapped. 5 of Swords, trapped in your mind, Judgment, and Temperance. That's what's keeping you trapped. That's what's not enabling you to move forward, to start I don't know, diversifying the way that you meet people, right? If you want to get out there and date because you're single, that's what helps you to move forward and learn what it is that you need to learn in order to launch your own business. That's what it's going to take for you to modify the existing business or leave the relationship that is a comfort zone but no longer emotionally fulfilling. Whatever this is for you, you're under the illusion that there's victory and success here because it's comfortable. But if it's not growing and it's not emotionally satisfying, how much victory, success is really there? So what situation, environment, or connection is creating fear and anxiety for you? That's for you to define. And that fear and anxiety, what it's really, really at the heart trying to tell you, you're scared of being happy or successful. Because maybe once upon a time in your life, you were really happy or really successful and you had the rug pulled out from under you. You lost a job or the business failed or the relationship came to an end. So right now you play it safe. Strong message. 3 cards of advice here for Gemini. So how do you begin closing it out? Having an honest conversation with yourself and making the judgment call and saying, yeah, that's exactly why I've been sitting in 4 of Pentacles and 8 of Cups, doing it this way or barely surviving in whatever this is. Just be honest with yourself. That 5 of Swords to the Judgment to Temperance is be honest with yourself. You're actually afraid of success. You're afraid of success because you think it'll lead to failure. 3 cards of advice here for Gemini this week. One more shuffle. Thank you. Advice. The Devil. There you go. The King of Cups and the 3 of Swords. Bottom of that King of Swords. Well, your advice, Gemini, see this for what it is. Your comfort zone isn't very comfortable. And the only reason why you're afraid to move on from it is because you're afraid of heartbreak. That is a toxic pattern within you. If you can just acknowledge it this week, you don't have to do anything else, but just be honest and be real with yourself. King of Swords, love, King to the Queen of Swords. Allow your masculine and feminine energies within you, because we all embody them, to have an honest conversation with yourself. I've said before in my readings, and I'll make this quick because we're at the 13-minute mark. For me, all 4 queens in tarot exist presently because of what they've gone through in the past. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Gemini sun and you're a Gemini placement watching this, but the truth is the Queen of Swords is, all 4 queens are forged through fire, but the Queen of Swords has been through hell because the queens exist presently depending on what they've gone through in their respective card suit. And that Queen of Swords is looking at these past experiences of 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. In the Minor Arcana portion of tarot, it is the worst. Some of the worst cards in the Minor Arcana portion of tarot are attributed to our deck, our card suit, the sword suit. And so there's something here of being honest with yourself that because of your past experiences, you are failing to move forward. Because queens exist presently depending on their past, and kings launch forward into the future. Kings take the inspired action. It's not a masculine versus feminine thing. It's just the way the damn card suits are lined up. So there's something here to have an honest conversation with yourself, the masculine, feminine energy within you, and say, yeah, the reason why I don't move forward with whatever this is, or doing this differently, or branching off from whatever this is, or learning something new, or doing it a different way, is because based upon my past experiences, I don't want to feel that 3 of Swords ever again. You're not afraid of success. You're not afraid of happiness. You're afraid of what happens when it doesn't last or it comes to an end. So really what you're afraid of is failure. That's what's holding you back. That's the toxic pattern here within the Gemini collective. That's what I have for you, Gemini. Oof, that's your tarot card for the week of December 28th, 2025. If you like that message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.